Latin, Afro, 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 Afro, Afro.
From 125th Street, several shades of living, from diamonds to mud, a gateway to the city.
All right, y'all. Yes, yes. Good morning. How was that? How y'all feeling? What's up?
Yeah, yeah, good morning, y'all. We got hip hop in the house.
That's cool, that's cool. We're having a good time. We're coming straight from NYC, bringing y'all a little bit of the hip hop. Welcome to the Performing Arts Series brought to you by the Kennedy Center and the Prince William Network.
The program you're watching It's called Hip Hop to the Head, brought to you by Full Circle Productions.
Hip hop to the head, because we want you guys to have some information, have some knowledge some knowledge of hip hop. Where's it come from? Why is it that it looks and feels the way it does? Why do you do it? Why do you like it? We want to break down some of the history and just some of our experiences with it. You know, just so that you guys have some reference the next time someone is talking about hip hop or asking you about hip hop, you can be like, oh yeah, it's this, that, and the third.
We're going to be answering your questions, so make sure to send us an email anytime during the program. And get ready, because at the end of the show, we're going to be definitely answering your questions.
My name is Rokafella. And
my name is Kwikstep.
All right, so just so y'all know, and my name is Rokafella because I rock the fellas. Got nothing to do with Jay-Z or nothing.
Yeah. And she rocked me. That's my wife. We're married.
Yeah,
for real.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. We're married. We're married.
What they say about hip hop?
Someone said boo.
When they say there's no unity in hip hop, it's a lie, because there's unity right here.
No doubt.
I found
no
hip
doubt.
hop right here.
No doubt. No doubt. All right. How many of you guys have seen hip hop on TV? Just show a hand.
Of course, right?
All right. All right. How many of y'all see hip hop in the movies? All right. Cool.
How many of y'all see hip hop around the way on the block?
All right.
All right.
That's
but
good.
check it out. Check it. Hip hop really is when you look in the mirror.
When you look in the mirror, it's there, staring right back at you.
And we tell you that because a lot of people now are looking to TV to see what hip hop is. At one point, they were looking at us to find out what hip hop was. We set the trends.
You
always.
do. You do. We've traveled around the world, Japan, Germany, all these other places, and they want to dress like you. They want to do their hair. They want to talk like you. They want to listen to the same music you're listening to. So if ever you feel down about yourself or self-esteem issues, nah, feel good, because you got hip-hop right here. Give yourselves a round of applause.
Don't ever let them tell you that your hair is too nappy, why you wearing your shoes like that, why you look that way, because like she said, across the world, in Japan, they're wearing afros and braids. Now, you know their hair ain't like that, but they want to be like you because you come with the flavor, okay? So make sure that you understand that hip-hop is from the people, for the people, by the people. It's by you. So don't look at TV to find out what hip-hop is. Look at yourself.
Yeah.
And ask your elders, yo, what were you doing when I was born?
That's
What
right.
was happening in urban ghettos? What was really happening before I was born? Because hip-hop came out of the civil rights movement and it passed on, and look where it is today. They said it wasn't gonna exist. It was only gonna last 5 years. It's 2006, y'all. It's about 40 years old now.
That's right. That's right. Still here. Ain't going nowhere. All right. Speaking about peoples, we're gonna bring our cast back on the stage so y'all can take a good look at
Give it
them.
up for the cast, y'all.
Let's go. Come on, y'all.
Now,
All
what
right.
we're gonna break down is the graph, the DJing, the breaking, right? The MCing, all the elements that are in hip hop and the connection it has.
And the beatbox. You can't forget
Of course,
the beatbox.
the beatbox.
So we
We
just
got a
mentioned.
special treat for y'all. His name is Baba. We're gonna bring him out later on.
True, true indeed. We just really want you to know that hip-hop is a culture. It is about community. It's about me bringing something to the table and then you exchanging and adding something to that. So it's about this exchange between me and you. The dance, the rhyme, even the DJing, the graph. If someone put up an incredible mural, then the next graph writer was like, oh, all right, I gotta try and top that. I gotta challenge myself and see if I can outdo that person on another wall, on a black book. You know, on a computer. A lot of graffiti writers are now transferring their art and their skills into computer graphics. So it's really about challenging yourself. The ultimate battle is here. Can I execute these moves? Can I gain the skills needed for me to get the props that I so want? That's really what it's about. And, you know, about passing down the information. Because after today, all of you guys are going to be in the know. So your job, your responsibility will then be to pass it to somebody else who doesn't know. When they say hip-hop is violence, well, no, actually, and you'll kick it. Nah, there's 4 elements. It's worldwide. It's art. It's expression. And they'll be like, oh, you'll have saved somebody from remaining in ignorance. But let's continue to talk about, you know, the things that we were brought here to bring you.
Now, check it out. What are some of the best parties y'all ever been to, beside the club? Sometimes the house parties, right?
Block party. Somebody said it.
Block parties,
The block party.
barbecues, right? All the parties that got nothing to do with commercialism. That's what hip hop was about. Hip hop started in the community on the block. Someone brought some fried chicken. Someone brought a crate of records. Somebody brought their poetry. They said, yo, we broke, but we're gonna celebrate right now. And the whole block came together and they were like, yo, but there's no electricity. They're like, so, bing, put wires into the lamppost and had a party.
Yeah,
that vibe,
you laughing, but it really happened.
That vibe is what that vibe is what hip hop is made of. It's made of community. And before it's called hip hop, people just getting together to celebrate.
Definitely.
And they were celebrating each other's like uniqueness. So everyone in here is unique. You have something to bring to the table.
Definitely.
Okay.
And those 4 elements that we mentioned, well, 5, including beatbox, you can find that in any ancient tradition. You can go to China, you can go to Africa, you can go to Russia, and you will still find music, which today we have the DJ. You will still find the spoken word or the MC, who was probably someone who was in charge of recording the oral history. You will still find paint and painting on teepees or clothing, the way we have graph, you know, and you always had dance. Dance was the way communities exchanged and celebrated the birth of a child, fertility, territorial conquest. We danced. As humans, we have to dance. So these elements today may seem different, but it's what we've been doing for eons and eons.
And make sure there's the 4, they talk about the 4 elements, 5 elements of hip hop, but that's very basic. Hip hop has a lot of elements because humans are made up of many elements. So the 4 elements is just like the 4 basic wheels to a car. Yeah, it's cool, it's sitting there, but without knowledge of self and the person to drive it, it's not going nowhere. So understand where you're coming from so you can drive into the future.
No
and
doubt.
with that said, now we're gonna get into this, the different elements of the hip hop dance. And one of the first ones that really broke open the scene was b-boying, also known as breaking. The media term is called breakdancing. We hardly ever use it, but people know it, so you know sometimes we call it that. But b-boying, okay, is what it's called. Also, there were b-girls. But to demonstrate the classic b-boy styles, give it up for Rockism from Queens. Drop that beat. What's up, Ism? Let them know, son.
What?
Yeah.
That was rockism, y'all. And
That's
I know it was a lot of flurry of moves, it was a lot of shuffles and kicks and stuff, but we want you guys to see it isolated from anything else of, you know, the dance pieces that we perform for you guys. We wanted you guys to see it by itself. And, you know, I think we're gonna have someone break down some footwork and a freeze for you so you can also see it isolated from choreography and stuff.
And this is B-Girl Infinity. Give it up for B-Girl Infinity. Breaking out
Infinity.
footwork.
She's gonna do footwork to a freeze for you. Drop that beat. Y'all give it up for the ladies.
Yeah.
The ladies representing the original dance form.
Now what you see.
She did Zulu spins.
She did Zulu spins. She did CC's called Crazy Commandos. They came from a crew called Crazy Commandos. They came up with that particular style. Tiff, let me check out a Zulu spin so they can see what a Zulu spin is.
Uh-huh. That's
Now,
a Zulu spin, y'all.
It's called a Zulu spin. It came from an organization called Zulu Nation. Zulu Nation was founded by a brother by the name of Africa Bambaataa.
Africa Bambaataa.
Now, the breakers to Zulu Nation were called Zulu Kings, and when they made up that move, it was called the Zulu Spin. Okay?
So you see there's history, there's reference, there's names. There's a lot of depth to hip-hop in spite of what you are receiving on TV, which is just the same, right? You all kind of, all the videos kind of look the same, right? So we're trying to bring you something a little bit different just so that you know about it. The next thing we're going to bring you is something called top rock, which is the intro. It's the first thing the breaker does before he even attacks the floor. is showing you, I got funky skills, right?
And he's rocking on top. Give it up for Arson.
All right, drop that beat.
From the beginning.
All right. Let him know. Yes, y'all give it up for Arson. Arson, because he has an arsenal of moves.
Now, a lot of people ask, yo, when they want to learn top rock, like, how do you put your hands? How do you? And that comes from really being in it. It comes from you. If you see someone on the block and they're walking like this, and their fingers are like this all the time, and they say, what's up? Yo, what's up, kid? Yo, word. Yo, when they top rock, you're going to see this. You're going to see that. If they go like this a lot, you're going to see that in the top rock. So the way you are is what really emulates on the floor, because a lot of gangsters were incredible top rockers because they had finesse. They're always trying to look smooth. So they step up to the floor, boom, turn around, boom, when they start to rock. It's that smoothness. So bring your character always in your dance.
Definitely. And
Now,
just when we think we're inventing things and we got something new, you run into an elder who's like, oh, no, we used to do that back in the day. And a lot of the breaking moves, are found in things like Lindy Hop, found in things like tap. If you look at old footage of the Nicholas brothers or Sammy Davis Jr., they're doing kickouts, they're doing shuffles. So a lot of times we think we're inventing something, but chances are somebody did it back then. And what's real great about that is that you guys are seeing this now. So from this day forth, who knows how it's going to manifest in your bodies when y'all go to a party. Whatever y'all seeing today, you never know. You might end up doing something like, that other people are going to catch on. So we just want to let you know, have confidence in yourself and just do you. Do you. Trust in what's here, because only you can bring it.
Something just came into my head, right? We think about DJs who mix. And I was talking to this about an elder who's in Lindy Hop. He was like, oh, we used to mix back then? I was like, how? Y'all ain't had turntables? He was like, check it. One band used to play what everybody used to dance to. Another band used to come in on the other side. And what they would do is play the same exact song, coming real low, and start to blend in with the same exact song, and then that band on this side would fade out. And that band on that side would blast off. And everybody from this side would go to this side and start going off on that side. So they used to mix back then. So that concept is not new. They just didn't have the technology to put on wax. But what happened with us, the music programs were out in New York City. We didn't have any more. So we couldn't learn instruments. So what did? We took other people's music, and we made our own music from it, right? So through desperation comes innovation in art, and that's the beautiful thing. Okay?
Speaking of a beautiful thing, the next thing we're going to have is one of our dancers show you what the power move is. I don't know if you guys have heard about power moves in breaking, but you've definitely seen this stuff. We're going to bring up B-boy Ken Fury.
Ken Fury.
Drop
Let
that
it
beat.
off, son. Lord's up in us.
Nice. What?
Yeah.
Ken Fury. And he's single. No, I'm only kidding.
Now you know why we call him Ken Fury.
Fury of moves. So you just saw the breakdown of breaking. We want to bring you another style called Brooklyn Rockin', which I'm sure you guys have seen, which again borrows from something like capoeira, which is a traditional dance form of Brazil, brought over from Africa. I think you want to break that down.
Now what happened when I was talking about gangsters, these guys were real smooth. So they would go to the club, and actually they would be dressed up in suits. And they got to the club, and they would see their rival gang, and they didn't want to throw down, but they would go, yo, there they go right there. And they would hit a drop of the record, and they would go and line up, 10 on one side, 10 on the other, sometimes 15. And they would rock in what they call an Apache line, 2 straight lines. And it looked like it was a routine, because they would emulate what they would do outside if they caught each other in the alleyway. And the #1 rule was there's no touching. So it looked like fighting, but to a rhythm. Very much like capoeira. So that ancestry was already there, even though we never even knew what capoeira was until maybe the 90s. We'd be like, oh, wow, it's real similar. So what you're going to see here are 2 people up rocking. Give it up for Arson and Rockism.
Bring that beat.
Uh-oh, it's getting heavy. Oh. It's time to burn. Now, rockism is doing here. It's called freestyling. Freestyle up rock. It's all about showing your style.
Y'all give it up. Y'all give it up. What?
So a lot of times you would go to the club and nobody was really up rocking, so you would go and just freestyle with your suit, bless yourself and do your thing, and then another up rocker will walk in and be like, oh, you think you fly? Boom, start freestyling right next to you, and that would turn into a battle, and those two would start battling, then the rest of the groups would come side by side, and it would go off. Sometimes the whole club would be up rocking just like that. So you think the dances are, now that are hard, that's like, they weigh you out in a minute.
And you have to practice that. It's not like you just come out and just freestyle it. You got to practice, because at the same time you're throwing something at them, they're throwing something back at you, and you got to be able to block it to then continue with your offense. So it's something we have to train. It's a four-letter word, work. You had to work, you know, behind closed doors when no one was looking. And then you bring yourself to the club like, okay, all right, I'm ready. Who want it? Who want it? We're going to talk about another style.
On the West Coast, there was a dance that was emerging, probably at the same time, maybe before up rocking, called locking. And there's a legendary battle that happened in New York I always hear about. The lockers came over from the West Coast into Brooklyn, and they had a battle with the up rockers in a bar. And people were sliding on the bar into splits off the table, and these guys were up rocking. So if you look at locking with the energy that happens in that, and the energy in up rocking, I can imagine being that the energy must have been ridiculous, because some of the songs that we up rock to, the lockers were locking to. So we saw each other, we're like, oh no, man, you don't do that to that song, you do this. And the lockers were saying the same thing. But here to introduce locking in his history, give it up for Spex.
Spex is in the house.
All right, y'all, thank you very much. Okay, I'm gonna start talking about locking. Locking is a style that started around 1969, and it actually came by accident. See, there was this guy, his name is Don Campbell. He was a trade school student at the time, and he was trying to learn how to do this dance called the funky chicken that emerged around the mid to late 60s, and it looked something like this. The problem was, he didn't catch that bird. So, in essence, while he was attempting to do this dance, he froze his arms in place and started developing his own groove, his own dance. He'd be dancing in front of everybody in his college, point at somebody, because he didn't know what to do. And that later became part of the vocabulary in locking. And people were so fascinated by his style that people were gravitating to this brother. And he took a few of them on and later christened them the Campbell Lockers. But they later became the Lockers. How many know Rerun? This is one of the people that Don Campbell had trained. How many know Tony Basil? Oh, Mickey, you're so fine, you blow my mind. Hey, Mickey. Yeah, that white girl was locking too. And we also have Shabba-Doo. How many people saw the movie Breakin'? Ain't no stopping us. The Puerto Rican guy? Yeah, he was an original locker too. And then you had people who did robot ting called the Robot. You also had Tony Go-Go. You also had Fluky Luke. And these are all the original members, and Greg Campbell Locke Jr., I can't forget, because he was the one Don Campbell trained first. And these are all the original lockers. And they had such finesse and style based on a few of these elements of the dance. Wrist rolling, pointing, slaps, ground slaps, which-a-ways. And everybody had their own style and finesse, and that's what made the dance beautiful. So I'm going to demonstrate how beautiful it is. So drop that beat. All right. Give it up for those ladies. They held it down and showed you a little bit of what locking's all about. And I got busy too. Thank you very much. All right, next style that I'm going to talk about is popping. Popping really started emerging after the mid-1970s, actually around or about the mid-1970s. And the blueprint for popping was the robot. All right? And from that framework, there's continuous contracting of the muscles, arms, chest, legs, neck. Just to name a few. Every body part, it's important. And this is what you have popping coming from. And there's different styles of popping, but the most important and actually the most influential style of popping was called the boogaloo style popping. Now, boogaloo is just a dance all its own, but consists a lot of rolls in the body, head, neck, waist, ankles, whatever. But then you added a pop with it. And the person who influenced this style and brought it out to the forefront was Sammy Solomon, AKA Boogaloo Sam. Now, he trained his half-brother, Poppin' Pete, who was also in the movie Breakin', Skeeter Rabbit, and a couple of others, and they became the Electric Boogaloos that performed all over the world, Soul Train, and they are still performing right now. And they're all and the creator of the dance is about 50-something years old right now and still gets down. So in honor of that, I'm gonna get down too, so drop the beat.
Give it up for Spex, y'all. Spex is bad, Spex is bad. The next joint we're gonna talk about, the word freestyle is used a lot in hip hop. You got freestyle MCs, freestyle uprocking, right? You freestyle writing, but you do have freestyle dance, but freestyle dance is associated with what we know as the party dances that are done around the way at basement parties, barbecues, block parties, the dances that you don't see in videos, but they try to do. They're called choreography, but it's really called videography. There's a whole genre called videography, but because they have to do it for the camera, it's one direction, and it's real tight. And, you know, it's got to be clean because, you know, they want to get paid, and in order to get paid, it's got to look a certain way. But when you come from around the way, it's not about how you look, it's how you feel and how the people make you feel when you're doing this dance. And when you're dancing in a cypher, so you're dancing for everybody. You're not just dancing in one direction, and they can't edit it, so you better be fly. So here to demonstrate some freestyle, once again, the Spex and the Black Diamonds. Give it up, y'all. Yeah, give it up, y'all. Now, what you saw was the whole style that Spex was doing, all the dances that are in the videos. The girls did an uptown style. That choreography is made up by a woman by the name of V. Her name is Violet. She has her own dance company called KR3Ts that's been around for like 15 years. And her choreography comes straight from the block, okay? And it gives you a certain feeling. And that feeling is like, yo, I want to get up and dance too. Now, check it out. Before we move on, we want to encourage you to call in and email and take your questions now. So, because soon we're going to be answering your questions by the end of the show. So, we want to hear from you.
Yeah, hit us. Hit us. We want to know what's going on out here. I mean, we're telling you what's going on out there, right? It's about sharing. And really, right now, we want to share with you the art of beatboxing. So I want y'all to put your hands together for our resident beatboxer, Baba.
Baba!
Is in the house.
What's up, y'all? Make some noise for these dancers right now. Just put it down. Come on, put your hands together. If you're feeling good, say yeah. All right, now one of the great inspirations for making music is to see people dance. Who loves to make music here? Put your hands up. Who plays instruments? Okay, who makes beats? Anybody make beats? Anybody DJ? Anybody beatbox? Okay, cool. Check it out. It can be expensive to make music though. Turntables, $1,000. Drum machines, $500. Drum kit, $1,500. Credit card, over limit. I'm going into debt. But beatboxing is let's go to the dance hall. Wait a second. Let's go down south. Y'all feeling that? Y'all feeling that? Check it out now. As fast as I beatbox, you clap. As slow as I beatbox, you clap. And if I stop, you stop. Can you do it? Yeah. Now check it out. There's been a lot of great beatboxers throughout history, and I want to give you some names, right? Can anybody shout out a name of any original beatboxers? Dougie Fresh, right? Dougie Fresh, nice. So we have Dougie Fresh. We also have Buff from the Fat Boys, right? Biz Markie, Ready Rock C. There was also some rappers back in the day who beatboxed, like Run from Run DMC, right? We also had Greg Nice from Nice and Smooth. Later on, you had Rozelle, right? Godfather of Noise. You had Scratch, Kenny Muhammad. In New York, you got Beatbox Entertainment Crew. Afra in Japan. Hip-hop and beatboxing is worldwide. Let's make some noise for it. But right about now, I want everyone in this audience and our people around the country watching this over the web, we're gonna all beatbox together right about now. And it goes like this. Just repeat after me and watch how it works. Okay, just repeat after me. Say baseball. 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 Bass. 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 Beat. Beat. Let me just hear them. 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 That's the bass drum. Y'all sound good. Now, those of you who are laughing, I need you to focus. I need you to focus with me. Focus with me. Thank you. Now say cat. Cat. Now go. Now go. Come on. Now go. Come on. Keep it going. You'll sound nice, keep the beatbox going when I start flowing. Rocking in the place cause we start just showing. When I rock the beats, then you rock the beats. We rocking with the rhythm from the city of the streets of New York. When we rock cause you see in the vibe. Full circle in the place, we always get live. We like a tribe when we rock, rhythms when we stop. Yo, flipping the rhythm, I'm flowing in the place cause you know it's hip hop like that.
Like that.
Yeah. Beatbox. When I say beat, then you say box. Beat. Beat. Peace.
Yes. Oh my God. Ah! That's right, yo. Money over there standing up for you, bro.
Peace.
That's standing ovation for the man in blue. That's Baba, y'all. He's got his own band called Open Thought. OpenThoughtMusic.com.
Big up.
He got the Prince William Network beatboxing. Oh my God. Oh my God. First of all, we gotta give a big shout to y'all teachers for bringing y'all here, because you know you could be doing math and science right now. Plus, I saw some of them beatboxing just now, so yeah, they're cool. Your teachers are cool, man. We might just bring them up on stage one day and, you know, have them. Okay. All right, y'all. We just had to, you know, bring some attention to the teachers. We don't really want to put them out there. It's all good. We got one question. We got a question on the email. It says, could you demonstrate some of the differences between East and West Coast hip hop? So, who from here wants to answer that question? Well, we got somebody from the West Coast. What do you feel is the difference between West Coast hip hop and what you're feeling in New York City?
I'd say the vibe is just different overall. Basically, in Los Angeles, things are very laid back. You know, people like rolling in their lax. You know, on Crenshaw Boulevard in New York, everybody's all cold and tense and walking around. So the energy is just like more hard in New York. We're in LA, you know, Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, everybody's like chilling, relaxed.
Listen to MCs from the West Coast, their flow is so laid back, and MCs in New York are like mad quick and aggressive. So
exactly.
the environment shapes the music.
Well, the dances are different, obviously, because of the region that you come from. So New York was really fast-paced in terms of the popping and stuff, but the West Coast was a little more slower and more in the funk of it. So we had a style in New York called electric boogie, while the original style in California was electric boogaloo. Hip-hop, in essence, like breaking, was definitely a Bronx and New York thing that actually started going over to the West Coast as it gained popularity. And the hip-hop freestyle dances were actually born out of the New York City area and the East Coast, and then transferred throughout the world as the music videos started being popular in the hood.
Not bad. Hope we answered that question. You know, I think we have a question from the audience. Yes, sir.
What inspired you guys to start Full Circle Productions?
Oh, okay. Well, actually, Kwikstep founded Full Circle Productions.
It started in '92. Came up with a concept.
What started it?
What started it was I was looking at hip hop, how it was being separated. Four elements were being torn apart. And I was like, yo, I need to try to do something about this, at least in my area. And I was looking at Zulu Nation. I'm like, well, maybe Zulu Nation needs help. Maybe we could start mini organizations. So at first it was going to be a breaking crew, but I figured it needed to be more than that. So I wrote down in my journal what I wanted Full Circle to be, and I wanted it to promote the culture of hip hop and the four elements together. And since then, it just took off. It took about probably 4 years to develop. It's a lot of work.
Cool. We have a question from the email. They're asking, how long have each of you studied hip hop? Let's start right here. How long have you been doing hip hop?
I guess you could say pretty much all my life, you know what I'm saying? You grow up in New York, hip-hop's all around you, you know, so you can't escape it.
That's true, it's been all my life, but breaking, I have been doing for about 3 years, and I'm still learning. regardless of how old, how young you are always going to be still learning something.
Yeah, I went to my first hip-hop show in '85, and I was completely inspired by it. And so I've been doing it seriously for about 14, 15 years.
All right, and we have a question in the audience. Yes, young lady.
What other styles of dance have you studied?
What other styles? Before I even began to break, I used to like to do house. When I was younger, I was learning salsa from my parents and my family members, salsa, merengue, house. And hip hop was just as soon as I went to, like, you know, down the block, I had to learn what the trendy moves were, so hip hop came in. Anybody else? You guys have some other styles underneath?
I've done ballet, I've done modern ballet, I've done African, stepping. I've done a lot of different dancing. And I finally stuck to breaking, because breaking is really, really challenging, but it's been fun.
Now check it. We have an email question. Who develops the dance moves for the pieces that you perform? Well, the dance moves come from the culture itself, but the choreography, me and my wife develop most of it, but then we have input from the group, so that way you have a variety of flavor. Most of the time, the choreography is done only by one person, but this dance is made up by the community, not just one person, so you get the all-around flavor from me and my wife, plus the company.
No doubt. There's an audience member with a question.
All right. What is your most difficult dance movement, and could you demonstrate it?
Okay, actually, they're all difficult.
Yeah.
Everything, well, yeah, popping, even locking, everything in hip hop is difficult because you have to attain a certain look and a certain feel to it. For me, still to this day, I'm still trying to master head spins, and I guess we'll demonstrate it later. We'll do another dance for you in a minute.
Yeah, we're gonna get down. We have a piece called the Get Down, and we're gonna get down for real.
Yeah, let me just ask Ken. Let me ask Ken Fury real quickly. What's the hardest dance move that he feels?
I would say footwork and power moves, but mostly power moves for me, for my particular body type.
All right, we have another email question. Where does the company perform?
In schools.
And we'll come to your school. No.
Now, we perform actually all over the world. The unique thing about this company is that we perform commercially, and we perform in community-based events. We do stuff like, how many here seen the movie Brown Sugar? Okay, you remember the breaking that was in the beginning? That was me, my wife, Rockism was in there, and my man K1. So that was us. We did stuff for Mariah Carey, Will Smith, Fabulous.
The Holla Back Youngin'.
We was in the breakers in that. That was us.
That was me.
So Nas, we done stuff for Nas. KRS-One, Step Into a World. The kid at the end that's spinning on his elbow, that's me. That's my wife. That was Lockin'. Lords of Finesse. So we do a lot of that kind of work. So and then we do stage work. We have our own theater-based work. My wife sings. So we do all around to show that people cannot forget where they come from. If you're community-based, put it out into the world and come back and show them like, yo, this is possible.
No doubt, but first, make sure that you guys are paying attention in your reading classes, because if you can't read a contract, you will get jerked. Yes, she knows. Because teachers have contracts too, right? So definitely take a business course and take your English teacher serious. We have a question from the audience.
Do you listen to any other music than hip-hop?
Yes.
Yes, we do, actually.
Because hip-hop is derived of a mix of music. Jazz, Afro-Cuban,
rock,
salsa. Yo, we take breaks from rock records. Some of the best breaks are from rock records. Of course, we made it up, so what do you expect? Right? So there were breaks in there, boom. Like Run DMC, when it came together with Aerosmith. It was the most popular record because it was mixed with rock. Okay, so if you limit yourself and just listen to what you think hip-hop is on the radio, you're doing yourself a disservice. Please study your music history, and you will definitely fly with that.
All right, so that was a great segment of questions. You guys, give yourselves a round of applause. You are thinking hip-hop to the head. Yes. All right, we're gonna pull up a couple of dancers from your area to come up and represent.
It's time, y'all.
So, yeah, we're gonna pull them up on stage. Yeah, sure, that's the demo,
Let's get them up on stage.
Not backstage, right on.
This way.
Front and center,
Don't
on
back
deck.
out now. All right.
We're gonna need you to drop that beat.
Drop that beat.
No more dancers, by the way.
Yeah.
Only what we've chosen. No more dancers. You two, hurry. You. Let them go. Wait.
Make some noise, come on. Watch out now.
Yeah, let them know. Ah, let them know. Go, go. Ooh,
Yeah, yeah.
Next up,
Put
next
your hands
up.
together.
You get a girl?
Hold on, wait a
Play
second,
that
wait up,
again, play
ladies.
that again.
No. All right, you go next.
Go Marcus, go Marcus, go Marcus, go Marcus,
Come
go
on.
Marcus.
Get busy. Get busy.
Yeah, give it up for Marcus.
Y'all give it up.
Here you go.
Next
Y'all
up.
ladies,
Here you go.
Ladies,
Make some noise for the ladies right
they
now. Come on.
freestyling right now. Freestyle, baby. Yeah, yeah. Let them know.
Uh-oh. Oh, oh, oh. Oh,
Let 'em
oh,
know.
uh-oh. Don't hurt nobody. All right, y'all.
Yeah.
All right,
Give
y'all
it up.
give it up.
Come
Y'all
on.
give it up. Can you guys
Give it
come
up
here
for your
and line up?
peers.
Can you guys come here and line up real quickly? We just want to introduce you guys to them. And your name is?
My name is Randall.
And how long you been dancing?
I just been dancing since I was like 5 years old. My father breaks.
Oh my goodness. And your name?
Raymond. A year and a half.
How long you been dancing?
Marcus. I've been dancing for about, I don't know, 2 years, 3 years.
2 years. What's your name?
Kristen. How long you been dancing? 13 years.
Woohoo!
Ashley, been dancing for 9 years.
Okay.
Tasha, for 5 years.
Dashe for like 10 years.
For 10 years. Master.
April for about 10 years.
All right. Y'all give it up for the whole squad. Thank you so much.
Give it up,
Exit.
y'all.
Which way they exit? This way?
I think they
Exit back
exit
this way.
We about to get loose for y'all. Y'all want to see us get
y'all wanna
busy
see
one
us
more
dance?
time?
Make some noise for Full Circle.
All right, we about to get down, y'all. So we call this to get down. Drop that beat.
Thank you for having us.
Can't Fury. Get furious, flip it. Yeah, make some noise, come on. Make some noise for the ladies right about now. Give it up for Austin about to set fire to the stage. Yeah, come on. Lock it up. Yeah, Rokafella, come on. Put your hands together, come on. Rock is over. Yeah.